What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a chat about the One Piece Anniversary New Year tournament thing, however you want to phrase it, because this is looking like an awful lot of fun. It has gone and been revealed by the lovely folks over at Bandai, and it is something for which I think at least we should be getting very, very excited. Now, it is happening from the 17th of January to the 16th of February. That is a lovely month-long period. And stores can choose from the following format. Constructed. Yeah, that's it, I'm afraid. We're playing Constructed. Although, I'm just putting it out there. I like a good bit of Sealed, but I think most players, for tournaments that are really worth winning, I do think Constructed is probably the way to go. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this, so this makes me happy indeed. So, with that board in mind, what's special about it? Well, the first special thing is that for participating, you get this lovely alternate art Nami card. Yay! It is an alternate art of Nami from Starter Deck 1. That is the one cost 1,000 power, counter plus 1,000. But an activate main once per turn, give a rested Don card to your leader or one of your characters. It's very much like the leader Luffy, indeed, from Starter Deck 1. It's not proven to be a powerhouse card, and Starter Deck 1 Luffy has, I think the polite way to put it is, fallen by the wayside since the early days of the game. But it's still a cool card, there's still a little bit of potential, you could see it coming back and seeing a bit of play. And it's one of these where it just had a screenshot of the anime as the artwork first time round, which I've never really been a fan of. New artwork by the anime, well, the key animators, yes, but just a straight reprint of artwork from the anime. It's never really been my bag, frankly. Never been a huge fan. So now we've got this lovely new artwork, very colourful, and this is looking quite nice. But oh wait, there's a winner version. Same card, but now we've got the border taken off and we've got the winner stamp on it, and it is basically just a better card. It's also zoomed in a little bit. You'll notice on the winner one, Nami's head is, top of the head is right at the top of the card, whereas on the regular version, it's quite near the top of the border, but not quite there. So we've zoomed in, we've taken away the border, we've added a winner stamp. And I've said many times before, and I'll say it again, I adore that Bandai do this, because essentially here, what it means is that we have this really cool fancy version for winners. We have something that winners are going to absolutely adore having, and that's brilliant. But if you don't get the winner version, you don't actually need it. It's a fun little bonus, but you don't need it. And that, I think, is incredibly relevant. Okay, cool. And that's the big selling point here. You get your Nami, and you get your winner's Nami, and that's rather lovely. There's other stuff, we'll get to it in a second, but that's the main thing here. It's an alternate art promo, you don't need it. The winner is a fancy version of the alternate art promo, you don't need it. But come on, tell me you don't want to go along and get one of these, because I know I certainly do. Although none of my local stores actually run these events, and it makes me very sad, because I miss out on a bunch of them, and that makes me a sad panda. But of course, we need to ask the question, where did this Nami come from? And I'm going to tell you the answer, but it's going to raise a whole bunch of other questions. Because the answer is, it came from the Premium Booster 01 storage set that I've been talking about over in Japan lately. That is a set whereby you get yourself a storage box, and you get yourself one of a bunch of promos, and you get yourself some packs of Premium Booster 01. It's a very cool set. And if we have a look here, the way it basically works is that the winner version is the regular Japanese Nami with a stamp. Our regular version is something that Japan hasn't had. A version with a white border and all of that, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think we should be boasting about. It's the worst version of the Nami. It's still a cool card, but we got this version, Japan hasn't. That's fine. I don't think they care about this. But Japan had this version. Now, this is kind of like the secret rare, and I don't know exactly what the pull rate is like, but essentially, each of the regular cards also has a fancy version, which I'm assuming has a much lower pull rate, and that is incredibly relevant. Why did we not get the regular version of Nami as our regular promo, and the fancy version of Nami in Japan as our winners promo. Surely that would have made a lot more sense. I think it would have made a lot more sense. So now what? Like, there's 14 of these cards. There's 7 of them, but each of them has the regular and the fancy version. And we're getting one of them in this random pre-release, or not pre-release, but pre-release style tournament. And, it's constructed, but you know what I mean, the prize cards are like pre-releases. And I don't really get this. Because surely it would make sense to either start releasing a bunch of these or save all of them to put them in one promo product. By giving us one of the 14 as our pre-release with a less fancy version of it, I don't understand. Are we going to get all of these cards? How are we going to get the rest of them? I wish I could give you the answer. I'll just show you the rest of them nice and quickly while we're here. We've got Spandine, which I think is going to be the least popular of them. We've got ourselves Rob Lucci, which I like very much indeed. We've got ourselves Jory Bonnie, which you know is going to be super popular. We've got ourselves Captain Eustace Kidd, which I think might be moderately popular. We got Uta, which you know is going to be super popular, and then Boa Hancock, which again you know is going to be super popular. We are just getting the Nami, and we're just getting the regular version as a winner card, not the fancy version. And this raises so many questions about how and if we're getting the rest of them. I wish I could give you an answer, but I can't. Obviously, as and when we have more information, I will share it with you. The good news is that is not all. We also have ourselves the Championship 2024 Event Pack 1. You get 1 for participating, and you get 1 for making top 3. I don't know why top 3. I don't know why top 4. It's weird. The good news is you get 2 cards per pack. The meh news is there are 9 cards total, it's neither here nor there. The great news is Serial Luffy. Serial Luffy can be found in these packs. And I'm not saying that everybody is going to find a Serial Luffy. In fact, the reality is they're serial numbered out of 1,000. Very few people who turn up to this tournament are going to open their participation pack and find a Serial Luffy. The vast, vast, vast majority of people are not going to find a Serial Luffy. But some of them are. And it's a kind of thing the Bandai didn't need to do. This would have been a cool event pack if we didn't have Serial Luffy. Everyone would want it. Everyone would want all the... Because there's a bunch of mechanically unique cards in here. And it wouldn't matter. And it would still be cool. And yet... the fact that we have Serial Luffy here as very much a huge chase card is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Love this. Huge fan. So, what other cards are available other than Serial Luffy? Or let's be clear, we're all heading for Serial Luffy. We got an alternate art of the Monet from OPO5. It's a block that lets you rest characters. It's pretty cool. We've got the Trafalgar Law, which was a promo card. Started life as a magazine promo in Japan. Mechanically unique. It's fine. On play, lets you rest your leader to KO or 1 cost or less. It's clearly a Dressrosa card, but still very, very nice. A mechanically unique Roanoa Zorro promo that, as a trigger, lets you KO a 4 cost or less. A mechanically unique Sabo promo that's got Don X1, and if you have 4 or fewer cards in hand, you go from a 4k to a 6k, but then the Don X1 goes up to a 7, so essentially a 4 cost 7k, which is not too shabby. We've got a Yamato, which is a mechanically unique card. Again, many of these are, with actual Oda artwork. And pretty much all of these, by the way, just started life as magazine promos. All the 4 mechanically unique cards so far, they all were just magazine promos in Japan. I picked them all up. I'm delighted. But it's got on play. You can put all your cards in your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order, and then draw that number of cards, which I still think is a really good potential draw engine. We've got a mechanically unique Jinbei, counter plus 2k, and on play you rest a 1 cost or less. When this magazine that this was in came out in Japan, this was briefly a very expensive, well, not very expensive, but it was a promo that was more expensive than the magazine on which it came. Which is kind of cool. People really wanted this, at least initially on release. We've got ourselves a mechanically unique Kozuke Momonosuke, which is just a vanilla, but the artwork's cool. And then we got an alternate art Trafalgar Law from Starter Deck 3, your 1 cost blocker. It is an exceptionally good promo pack, or event pack as it's technically called. The fact that you can get your Luffy is brilliant, but the rest of these are mechanically unique promos. I'm not saying they're like absolutely amazingly broken or anything like that, but I absolutely am saying that they are the kind of things that people might want to put in decks. And the more available they are, the better. And I think that's frankly wonderful. But I've told you all this now. I've told you everything you need to know. I've told you about this event. I've told you about the promo card. I've told you about everything. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.